Everybody missing one, but you.
Sorry for the late start. We're going to go ahead and call our meeting to order. This is the City of Palatka Commission meeting for June 8th, 2017. We're going to call the meeting to order. We'll have the invocation by Minister Carl Davis, Associate Minister at Mount Tabor First Baptist Church. We're going to also ask former City Manager Woody Boyden, would you lead us in the pledge? Welcome. Everyone please stand.
Let's pray. Eternal everlasting Father in heaven, we come first and foremost thanking you for another day's journey. Thanking you for life, health, and strength. Thanking you, Lord, that your grace and mercy allowed us to be here on tonight. Now, Father, we come to be about thy Father's business, and we ask that you bless each and every one here under the sound of my voice. Bless this commission, its leadership. Bless the staff. Bless all those of Putnam County who have come, Father, to bear witness of just how good you have been. We ask that everything that is said and done be done in honor, that you will receive the glory. Let us remain with a humble mind and spirit and speak with clarity that whatever they ask, Father, shall be done, and that it's done in the name of Jesus. We pray now that, Father, even as they conduct their business and leave from this place, that you will give them traveling mercies back safely to their homes from which they're represented. Now bless the citizens of this city, this county, this state, Father, and this nation. For we look to the hills from which cometh our help. Amen. For all our help cometh from you. This we pray in the matchless name of your Son. Amen.
Amen. Please join me in the pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please. Thank you, Minister Davis.
Mayor Hill.
Here.
Vice Mayor Brown. Commissioner Borum.
Present.
Commissioner Campbell. Commissioner McCaskill-Williams.
Here.
All members are present and accounted for, and you have a quorum.
Thank you. Has everyone had an opportunity to review the minutes from our May 25th, 2017 meeting?
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor and a second. Is there any unreadiness? Questions called. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Go ahead and make an announcement now. Item 5 of the agenda has been removed, so we will not be hearing item 5 of the agenda tonight. I know many of you have filled out speaker cards as it relates to that item. That item has been removed from the agenda. It will not be up for consideration tonight.
I got a question on it. Has the issue been resolved yet, or?
The issue is being resolved. So that item won't be on the agenda tonight. And so if it comes back at a later time, we'll address it then. Moving on to item 1 of the agenda, which is our public recognitions and presentations section. Under public recognitions and presentations, item A deals with our riverfront and nature-based playground. And we've got 3 civic partners that we want to make sure that we acknowledge today. First up, do we have any members of the Rotary Club of Palatka present today?
Come on. Come on.
Board Member Holmes.
Come on.
All members. Mr. Holmes,
Yes, sir.
will all members of the Rotary Club of Palatka who are present today please come forward? Is there anyone in the audience who isn't in the Rotary Club? Also, before we get started, I want to make sure I recognize past mayor, clerk of court, Tim Smith is in the back of the room. Former city commissioner, James Norwood. And so we've got a distinguished community service award that we're giving out, and it reads as follows. This certificate of appreciation is awarded by the City of Palatka City Commission to the Rotary Club of Palatka in grateful recognition of your contribution of $20,000 towards the Riverfront Park Puggy Playground, as well as your time, talent, and dedication to the children and citizens of the City of Palatka. Awarded this 8th day of June 2017, Terrell Hill Mayor, Betsy Driggers City Clerk, Mary Lawson Brown, Rufus Borum, Justin Campbell, Tammy M. Williams, Commissioners, and City Manager Terry Suggs. We want to present this.
Say a word or two.
Not every day we get these checks.
No, we at the Rotary Club of Palatka, one of the things that we cherish is a service above self, and working with our community partners and seeing this long-awaited playground come to the riverfront is something that we have cherished and waited for some time. And I'd like to thank this commission, the people of Palatka, the citizens that have made this happen, because again, revitalizing our riverfront has always been the #1 priority of this city, and thank you guys for continuing that tradition. Thank you.
We're gonna ask if you guys can just hang around. We'll take a brief break after public recognitions. We'll take some photos. Thank you very much. Just give them another round of applause.
Man, can I say something? I went down the other day and looked, and kids were playing in there. All of y'all need to go down there and see kids playing in that park. Their heart just shine.
I also want to say, if it's okay, Mr. Mayor,
You can speak.
that I went also had sat down and talked to a few families, and I did tell Jonathan, I think if we would have just put that zip line in there, that would have been enough.
Yeah.
That's the hit in the park, but families were there and it was beautiful.
So how many times did you ride it?
And someone posted something in a group that never really has anything positive to say, but this particular post with the kids playing got a lot of positive comments. And I went and actually joined someone for a birthday party. I was just walking through, and they snatched me up and had me have a piece of cake. Not that I needed it, but
You didn't turn it down.
but it's definitely good to see kids being
Yeah,
able to
families
enjoy the
too.
riverfront and families being able to enjoy it together.
I had a chance to also see a lot of activity down there as well, so it's good to get that draw from the projects that we got going in down there. And thanks to the commission, the mayor, and Jonathan for the awesome job he's doing. And
Commissioner, you cannot climb on the carved animals.
I'll try not to. Okay.
The next group we're going to recognize is the Pilot Club of Palatka. How many Pilot Club members do we have here today? Can you please come forward?
Go ahead, Betsy.
Well, not anymore.
You used to come.
She's going to renew her membership tonight. We're doing a reclamation drive.
Good.
Distinguished Community Partner Service Award, certificate of appreciation is awarded to the City of Palatka, by the City of Palatka City Commission to the Pilot Club of Palatka in grateful recognition of your contribution of $5,000 towards the Riverfront Park Pug Puggy Playground, as well as your time, talent, and dedication to the children and citizens of the City of Palatka. We want to give this to you. And thank you very much. You want to speak? See, I got a kiss.
I would like to say that this pilot club worked really hard for this money. There weren't a lot of members, but we worked for days on end, for years on end at the beer tent, at the Blue Crab Festival, had a bunch of other fundraisers, and so I'm really proud of this contribution.
I am too. We are a very small group of people, but we managed to get a lot accomplished. And I know we have bugged Betsy for years. When is this park going to come to fruition? So I went down there the other day, but I must say, I must be mechanically challenged because I couldn't open the gate to get in.
It's a child.
I couldn't at first.
Thank you so much for this recognition. We certainly appreciate it. We appreciate all the hard work everybody has done to put this together. So thank you.
Thank you very much. And again, if I can get you to stay after just for a few moments so that we can take a photo. And our last group is the Sunrise Rotary Club of Palatka.
Mr. Mayor, I'll point out that the reason we only have 2 members here, the reason we only have 2 members is all of our celebrity members are in Atlanta attending the International Rotary Convention. So anyway.
So these are the 2 members that played hooky from the convention.
There you go. You got it.
Distinguished Community Service Award. The certificate of appreciation is awarded to the by the City of Palatka City Commission to Sunrise Rotary Club of Palatka in grateful recognition of your contribution of $5,000 towards the Riverfront Park Pug Puggy Playground. I won't say that 3 times, as well as your time, talent, and dedication to the children and citizens of the City of Palatka. Again, thank you very much. Yes, sir.
I too want to thank the city for following through on this project. It's been under consideration for quite some time. I know the Noon Club and us and the Pilot Club have been working with the city and quite frankly with Jonathan Griffith. And I'm going to tell you, Jonathan Griffith has done one heck of a job putting this thing together and following it through to maturity. So again, I thank you all. I thank all the other organizations and citizens involved. It's a great park, and I think it's going to prove to be a really great combination down there on the riverfront. So thank you.
Jonathan Griffith, would you please come forward at this time? He's not here. He's actually as good close too. I don't know how many people in here have not had that opportunity to go down and look at that park. But that park is the brainchild of this young man right here. And it was kind of like watching something on HGTV come together over the course of about a week of construction. And you've never seen a guy who goes out in fashion clothes and puts together a temporary fence or do some other stuff. But I got video of Jonathan working and putting the fence down. But I can tell you that the team of guys, it was multiple divisions of the City of Palatka coming together to put that park together. It was literally contractors who were working on the ship store and things of that nature, sending over their team to make this thing work. And I can tell you, it was a thing of beauty to watch it come together. And it came together in a matter of days. Once they started working on it, the plan was properly organized, and it all came together in time for the Blue Crab Festival and in time for the kids to really enjoy it. I went over the other day and I saw 5 families out there, kids, playing in the rain. You know, and I wanted to say, hey, it's raining. But literally, people were out there. It's life at the park. It's all over social media and everywhere else. But it's good to see that life on the riverfront. And I'm looking for much more to come. But I want to make sure that we publicly thank you for your efforts, for a wonderful design, and for something that's going to be cherished in the city of Palatka for a long time.
I said, don't put no draft stuff down there because kids ain't coming to play.
Well, I saw Mr. Norwood pointing at his little boy, and he's looking at Jonathan like, wow.
Mayor, can we have a word from Jonathan? Just a big word from Jonathan, a little bit. I mean, that project.
He did work late.
I would just like to hear some key to the city, which you already hold.
Okay, yeah. So the project was initiated almost 7-8 years ago in the master plan the city did. It was just referenced as a nature-based playground, no final design. It took that long to put it together, find the funding, and we're so lucky to have groups like Pilot Club, Sunrise Rotary, and the Noon Club to help out. And for me, it was just a passion. It's probably the most fun I've had. Much bigger projects on the riverfront, you know, building ponds and parking lots, and Woody, you can remember that. But this one was just pure fun. So thank you for the opportunity.
Sir, appreciate it.
The Pug Puggy Playground is a true depiction of what happens when Palatka works together. And I think it's something I was talking to Mr. Carr about, just really what it means and how it represents something that goes along with the Barking Festival and the things that are to come in this community. And we're really proud of that playground, and we're looking forward to so much more to this community. Next up, item B is a check presentation to the Arts Council of Greater Palatka for the summer concert series.
So we're the only ones taking the money?
Today.
You can donate back.
Except I use it for good, for the community.
Actually,
I want to put some kids' concerts down at the playground.
There you go.
Yeah.
Not with y'all.
And so, our next presentation is for for our summer concert series, and I can tell you the summer concert series is a wonderful thing in this community. It's something that we've supported in the past, and we want to make sure that our commitment to that concert series is noted, and it's something that we plan on continuing in the future.
We appreciate it so much.
And so I've actually had an opportunity to participate.
Yes.
With my group, and we were able to sing down there during a concert for several hours. But I can tell you, it was wonderful. It's a great attended programs. The concerts are always great.
And free.
And they're free to the public.
They're free
And
for our public.
And it is wonderful for our community. And we want to go ahead and present you this year with a check. And this check is payable to the Arts Council of Greater Palatka. You can't cash it at any bank.
Then
And
you
it's
get
for
it.
the 2017 Summer Concert Series from the City of Palatka. We want to present this to you today.
Thank you.
And so this check will not cash at Ameris Bank or any other bank in this community, but this one will.
Oh, thank you. We would really like to thank the city for the many, many, many years of working with the Arts Council in this project. And I think most of you probably know Dean Parrish. He's my vice president and has actually taught me much what I know about music. So I thank you all very much.
We've got Commissioner Campbell back here who's got a little bit of a musical background as well. You may better get him to do a 2-hour concert.
There you go. Now you're on the list.
If you haven't heard him sing, you missed a treat.
Oh, yes.
Just go to Facebook.
Yes. I'm watching free concerts.
Next up is a presentation from the Florida Department of Agriculture Consumer Services. Ms. Spence is back again as the outreach coordinator to give us some additional information. Let's give her a Palatka welcome.
Thank you. I had to come up here following presentations about parks and concerts and things like that.
You can bring us a check next time.
I'll see what I can do. Thank you all for allowing me to speak with you this evening. I am from the Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services, and I'm just going to give you some brief information about what we do. We are the clearinghouse for consumer complaints and information and protection here in the state of Florida. And today I just want to talk to you a little bit about Elder Abuse Awareness Month, or excuse me, Elder Abuse Awareness Day, which is on June 15th. Some things to look out for if you're a senior citizen or you know any seniors, well, we all know senior citizens, but your friends and your family, we give you some tips and things to look out for. There are different scams that target seniors. They're people that are recurring each year. One of them is an IRS phone scam. They'll call you and say, you owe money to the IRS, and if you don't pay it, they're going to sue you or arrest you. Has anyone ever gotten that call before? Yeah, it's crazy, right? Because the IRS does not call you. So that's one of the scams. There's also a Medicare fraud scam that goes around where they'll post Medicare reps and they'll promise some bogus services and things like that. There's the grandparent scam where they'll call and pretend to be there for your grandchild and say they're in dire need for some money and you have to wire it or go get a gift card, things like that. And then there was a story that I saw on the news yesterday in Brevard County where a lady was scammed out of $50,000 from a group of gentlemen who said that they were from the Publishers Clearinghouse. And the reason she believed it was because she had been on the Publishers Clearing website before, she had bought things, she had entered the sweepstakes, and they said she had to pay the taxes and got all of her credit card information, and $50,000 later, she realized, wait a minute, this is not right. So I'm just here to provide you with some information that I say it all the time. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. So be very, very careful about who you're giving your information to, especially over the phone, because anyone can call you up and say, I'm from Dell, and I know you have a Dell computer, and you need to pay this such and such fee. Just be very, very careful. Some cautions you can take, like I said, don't talk to anyone over the phone that you don't know. If someone calls your cell phone and you don't know the number, simply don't answer. If it's a friend or family member that really needs to get a hold of you, they'll leave a message or they'll text you or something like that. At the department, we have a Florida Do Not Call list that you can join. I have some information about that here. What that list does is it we update it quarterly, and it basically puts you on a list that telemarketers are not able to see. And if you do get a call from a telemarketer, you call us and let us know. We have a call center up in Tallahassee, and what they do all day is they just field complaint calls. The number one call they get all day is about telemarketers. And how that helps is when they call you, we ask you to get as much information about them as possible. Who's calling you, where they say they're calling from, the phone number, all that information. And call us and let us know. We actually have law enforcement on staff, and telemarketers, believe it or not, are supposed to register with our organization or with our department. And when they don't do so and they're found in non-compliance, then we can go after them and take the proper action. So just be very careful. Like I said, June 15th is Elder Abuse Awareness Day. So please talk to your friends and your family members and just let them know, beware of different scams out there, beware of who they're talking to, who they're providing their information from, so make sure that they're safe. If you ever have any questions, I have some information there on the back table, some different pamphlets and brochures, and then I'm going to leave some of these. We have complaint forms that are available on our website as well. If you're, like I said, if you're getting these telemarketer calls and things like that, please let us know. We can't do anything about it if we don't know, so please call us and let us know. And that's all I have for you this evening. Thank you. Thank you.
Moving on to item 2 of the agenda, which is our public comment section. Public comment will be limited to 3 minutes. No action will be taken on topics of discussion. Mr. Sam Carr.
Yes. Excuse me. Thank you very much. Sam Carr, down in Satsuma, and I'm here to remind y'all of a couple of and tell you about something new. June 14th and 15th, the Florida Greenways and Trails Council is coming to Palatka. They have quarterly meetings, and I'm a member of that council. And we've been to Miami, we've been to Titusville, we've been to Tallahassee, we've been to Ocala, and so they decided they wanted to come to Palatka to see our area. So we're going to be taking a tour from 2 o'clock on Wednesday on a bus to see the biking trails here, and then at 5 o'clock we're getting on the Pride of Palatka and showing them our river. And so, and then the city and the county commission will be hosting a reception on the St. Johns River Center. So that'll be a great way of them getting to know us. So I need two of you folks to volunteer to go on the bus ride and the boat ride. So, all right, we got one.
You can let some of them go, I've been on the boat. I'll be nice.
This is your pride and joy. So
That's right. That's right. Now, scout on you, Mary Rose.
Five for the boat ride.
Huh?
You said 5 is the boat ride, right?
5. Yeah, 5 o'clock is the boat ride, right. So I have a sheet here, and I'll pass it down.
Okay.
And all of that, and so this is really important for the community. These are the people who have given us in excess of $14 million in associated trails and everything through Putnam County and attaching to Palatka. So this is really, really important for us to come on our best thing. So it's really good. And I thank the city of Palatka for participating in this. The city of Palatka is providing us with a place to meet, the River Center, and they're also participating with the reception that we're having afterwards. And all. The Chamber of Commerce donated the boat, so they paid for the boat and so forth. That's really great. So we appreciate that, Chamber of Commerce. Also, we're submitting a special events permit that will be hitting the docket here shortly. It's for the first annual St. Johns River Bartram Frolic. This will actually be the 4th frolic that occurred here in Palatka. The first one occurred in September of 1774. William Bartram down at Stokes Landing had the very first one. And by the way, Pug Puggy is William Bartram's Indian name. So where they got that name, that was his Indian name. So I've given you a brochure. I'm giving you a brochure just to put it on your calendar and so forth. And the city of Palatka is partnering with the Bartram Trail Committee to organize this thing. And all we're going to be asking our civic clubs to participate and use this as a fundraiser for those civic clubs and so forth. And the main part of the Riverfront Festival is going to be reenactors. So we're going to have Seminoles. I did talk to Fort Mose. They're interested in coming and being here. And we'll have the Seminoles, we'll have the European traders. Fort Mose will be here with their guns and cannons, and also it's something that we're trying to do for the youth and for ecotourism. We'll have kayak rides, our kayak paddles, we'll have bike rides, all kind of stuff going on that whole weekend. We'll have art shows and all of that. So we want this to become the fall festival for Putnam County. And so this is, we're going to use our Bartram heritage as the thing.
Didn't invite any gators.
We're in the water already.
No gators.
The gators are definitely part of it. We will have gators on the riverfront that night.
No, it's a Gator Nation. So give them an estimate of what you're looking at for the Bartram Festival this year in attendance.
We're shooting for 3,000. That's what we're shooting for this year and all. And we're, it's been amazing. In my travels, I'm a member of the Bartram Trail Conference national deal and all. And we were in Louisiana. And at Louisiana, they asked me to give a presentation on the Bartram Trail in Putnam County. And so I did, and I also mentioned to them that we were planning this frolic and so forth, and they're coming. I mean, they all want to be here and see this thing. We have our heritage and our river is something unique, and all the people in Louisiana, they got good food, but their river ain't nothing like ours. And we have good food here too, but so we're hoping this becomes the annual festival. We're doing it not to make money, but to do it for the city, for the county, and all. And at the same time, Palatka is actually going to be participating because they're launching their brand new kayak landing down there. Will be the grand opening for that on Saturday also.
And we definitely appreciate your efforts. We do appreciate your efforts. We appreciate the opportunity for the city to partner with you.
Thank you very much.
That's all right.
I wanted to tell you all, it's wonderful that we got the Bartram Trail, but Rails to Trails, we are a trailhead.
Yeah, buddy.
And Henry Dean and myself sat on the first advisory board to get that started in the state of Florida.
That's all.
So Palatka has always participated in moving forward and helping people know that we have a beautiful river and we've got beautiful trails.
Well, you need to be on the bus ride, Mary Lawson, and the boat ride. I want you to both of those things. So please come with us, and these are the people who allocate the money to do all this good stuff. It's an incredible thing. We are the hub of all the priority trails for Florida, really.
But they called us a dying city. We don't look like we dead yet.
No, there are 5 priority trails that go over this river, whether we know it or not, whether we like it or not. So it really is something. I don't know if you see the international bikers that are coming through now, and it's really amazing.
I want to tell you, former Mayor Smith was very active in helping to get the trail from Keystone Heights. It's the trail runs from Lake City to St. Augustine, and he met on a monthly basis with the mayors to help push that along. And back in those days, they were looking for money, so I guess we're a little bit off than what we should be. But I think people need to know that our citizens really participate in making Florida great. And we need to tell them how great Palatka is every time they look at us.
That's right.
Yeah, and you also had you got in September 21st or October 21st, you got that hike bike.
Right.
And you got
2 times.
hike bike.
That's a
But it's
good word.
you know, you got the 5K run,
That's right.
and then you got the 5K kayak and 10K, and we want to encourage people to come out to that as well. So I don't know if you want to continue to advertise that by it being so far out, but people need to start preparing if they want to.
This is a recreational haven. That's all I can say. And there's a lot to do, and people come here from all over the place to do it. And we need to recognize that we actually need to take their money. That's the good thing about this. And we've got the recreational opportunities. And Putnam Blueways and Trails is doing hike bike. We have the annual bike festival. We had 600 some odd bikers in here not too long ago. But it's a happening thing. So appreciate your time.
All right, thanks, sir.
Let's give another round of applause. Next up, is Jim Toriano.
Yes, sir.
Very familiar face.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, Mr. Manager, City staff, and citizens, I'd like to take this brief opportunity to introduce myself to you. I'm the new Intergovernmental Coordinator for the St. Johns River Water Management District, and I have 4 counties that are part of my assignment: Alachua, Marion, Putnam, and Flagler, and that's to include all the municipalities in those counties. And it's my job to work with the city staff, city commissions, county commission, elected officials to work on our combined water projects to improve our water in the state of Florida and our mission throughout Florida for the St. Johns River Water Management District. I would like to tell you that I have good news, hopefully. On Tuesday, our governing board will be meeting at our district headquarters, and our staff has reviewed many applications for our cost-sharing programs. As you know, our cost-sharing programs are an opportunity for us to work with the city and the counties and provide money jointly to where we can work on major water projects. And so the city of Palatka has partnered with one private organization and has provided a grant on a separate application to the district. Our staff has reviewed those grants, and we have identified 2, both of your programs, for consideration for our governing board. So hopefully on Tuesday, the board will vote favorably. Again, I have no consideration in that, but you scored very well. I must compliment Jonathan Griffiths for his hard work and staff. But for the first project, if I may, Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
it's working with Tater Farms. It's a water supply project, and it's in the amount of $74,000. So that's a combined joint public-private partnership. And then the second one is an extension program, again, a water supply program for the city of Palatka in the tune of $1.1 million. So we are very pleased that we're able to push that recommendation along. The final approval will be left up to the governing board for them to make their decision. So I would formally like to invite members of the commission, city staff, to come to our board meeting
Starts at 11 o'clock on Tuesday, the 13th. It's my understanding, speaking with Jonathan, that Mr. Manager, you potentially will be coming, and maybe Mr. Mayor also.
Yes, sir.
So we would like to have you there as an educational opportunity to see how our process works, but also be on hand to maybe potentially answer any questions that our governing board may have on your two projects.
Yes, sir.
So we're very pleased with that, and I look forward to working with you all and staff. And is there any questions that I may answer for you or take back to the district that you may have?
Any question? No, sir, not at this time.
Good deal. Mr. Mayor, thank you for the opportunity to present this information to you.
Definitely, thank you for being
Thank you
here.
very much.
I keep hearing Jonathan's name come up a lot. Jonathan, you running for president or governor?
At this time, we're going to take a break. So we'll be in a brief intermission for about 5 minutes. So if the commission can come down, 3 of the agenda, which is our consent agenda. Item A is Code Enforcement Board applicant. Accept Betty Kelly's resignation from Code Enforcement Board, alternate member. 2, appoint Ontario L. Smith Sr. as alternate member of the Code Enforcement Board for the remainder of the term expiring September 2017 and for an additional 3-year term expiring September 2020. B, appoint, there's the marker. B, appoint Commissioner Tammy McCaskill Williams as the City of Palatka voting delegate to the Florida League of Cities 2017 Annual Conference and Commissioner Justin Campbell as alternate voting delegate. C, summer meeting schedule and trim calendar dates. City Commission and CRA. Are there any items on the consent agenda you wish to have removed?
Motion to approve.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor and a simultaneous second, but we'll accept Commissioner Borum's second. Is there any further discussion? Question is called. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously.
I think we have Mr. Smith in the audience.
Mr. Ontario Smith, are you present? Would you please stand so that we can recognize you and welcome you? Moving on to item 4 of the agenda, public hearing, 320 Stillwell Avenue, Planning Board recommendation to annex, amend future land use map and element and rezone from County R1A residential single family to City R1 single family residential. Tammy and Patrice Cohen, owners. Item A, annexation ordinance, second reading.
Thank you. An ordinance of the City of Palatka, Florida, annexing into the corporate limits of the City of Palatka, Florida, certain adjacent territory identified as 320 Stillwell Avenue, located in Section 2, Township 10 South, Range 26 East, Public Records of Putnam County, Florida, contiguous to the boundaries of the City of Palatka, and providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor in a second. We'll now open the floor for public hearing. Is there anyone here for public hearing? Seeing no one, we'll close public hearing. Is there any further discussion? Without any questions called, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Item B, future land use amendment ordinance.
An ordinance of the City of Palatka, Florida, providing that the future land use map of the adopted comprehensive plan be amended with respect to the following parcel of land less than 10 acres in size from Putnam County, U.S. Urban Service to RL Residential Low Density for 320 Stillwell Avenue, located in Section 2, Township 10 South, Range 26 East, providing for severability and providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor in a second. Is there anyone here for public hearing? Seeing no one, we'll close public hearing. Is there any further discussion? Questions called, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously. C, rezoning ordinance, second reading, adopt.
An ordinance of the City of Palatka, Florida, providing that the official zoning map of the City of Palatka, Florida be amended from Putnam County R1A Residential Single Family to City R1 Residential, Single Family Residential for the following property, 320 Stillwell Avenue, located in Section 2, Township 10 South, Range 26 East, providing for severability and providing an effective date.
So moved.
Second.
There's a motion on the floor in a second by Commissioner Campbell. Is there anyone here for public hearing? Seeing no one, we'll close public hearing. Is there any further discussion?
Questions?
Questions called, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries unanimously. Moving on to item 6 of the agenda is our city progress report, January 1st, 2015 through May 31st, 2017. We have a PowerPoint presentation. So we want to do this presentation, as we're getting ready to get it loaded, we want to do this presentation to kind of highlight some of the things that have gone on over the last few years, over the last 2.5 years to be precise. We wanted to talk about what some of the major accomplishments were as related to our priorities. One of the things that we did back in January of 2015, in the early part, we came up with 4 major priorities for the city of Palatka, and those are the things that we wanted to work through. And those priorities were wastewater treatment plant upgrades, because we were 10 years past our shelf life, infrastructure upgrades and expansion to the 66 miles of failing potable water lines and sewer collection. Affordable housing was a major concern because we wanted to deal with we wanted to deal with our tax base and the eroding housing market that we had in place at this time, our housing stock. And the last one was the development of a business incubator, something that Commissioner Brown has been working on since the 80s. And business incubators have become a very viable portion of what goes on from a federal funding standpoint. We'll move on. And what we found was there had been significant work that was done by way of this commission as well as the city manager, and we've been working for you all across this country in an effort to try to retain funding. One of the things that we did is we hired Becker Poliakoff as our lobbying firm in order to secure state and federal funding. We've also had multiple meetings with various state and federal agencies in order to see if we could find the resources necessary to move forward with some of these projects and also to lead us in the right direction. We've gone to DC and we've gone to Tallahassee in full force, and I think it's been something that's been great for Palatka to gain additional recognition. As you look at the photos that we have in there, you see us both with our state representative and also with our federal, with our congressional representative as well, and our lobbying firm on the bottom left. You also see us building relationships from the mayor of Tallahassee. We've also gone up and we've met with Senator Nelson's office, who's very instrumental in getting some of the local agencies in. We've also had an opportunity to sit at the table with the governor in our bottom middle picture, sit down with the governor. And while we're in Tallahassee, it never fails that we're going to see young people from the city of Palatka, such as Samantha Story, working in Tallahassee to further cultivate those relationships for us. Fiscal sustainability is something that we've been very serious about. It's one of the passions of Commissioner Bohr. When we talk about fiscal sustainability, one thing that happened was that when we started out, 9.61% was where our reserves were. Today, we sit at 16.18% reserves. So we've transitioned from $848,000 in reserves to just under 1.4 million in reserves. Our bond rating has gone up 2 levels, from an A- to an A+, which gives us much more viability, and it also gives us some buying power, some lending power. We've implemented the fire assessment fee. We reduced the millage from 9.174, which was the 11th highest millage in the state of Florida out of 413 cities, down to 6.40. We've combined utility billing, so now water and sewer and sanitation has gone to the gas authority. It results in a savings in both manpower and actual funding of over $20,000 on an annual basis, and it improves customer service because we're now a one-stop shop. Economic impact. When we talk about economic impact, there's been a development valued at about $35 million in both public and private redevelopment projects throughout the city of Florida within this time period, throughout the city of Palatka, Florida within this time period. 104 business licenses have been issued during this period of time. Revitalization of downtown through public-private partnerships has become a very integral part of what we're doing. And there's been continued support for special events with tens of thousands of people coming and visiting the community on a regular basis. Economic impact. When you look at the airport as a whole, $5.78 million in FAA and FDOT improvement projects to the city of Palatka, most of which are 100% funded. Mr. Ewell has done a great job at the airport. He's increased revenue by $56,000 per year at no cost to the city. When you look at the real numbers, just going back for a second, for every dollar that's allocated or used on local projects from the city of Palatka, it's been leveraged, and we are getting $3 in exchange from state and federal funding grants. And so that's major for us. We're getting $3 for every dollar that we allocate. We move further in economic impact. We talk about the replacement of turf at the golf course. which gives us a greater playing surface. It gives us an opportunity. The hours are up. The number of rounds played at the golf course are up. There's been $240,000 in renovations done through a USDA grant. But as of February 1st, operation of the golf course has moved over for the first time. We've got a franchise agreement at the golf course. And when we go back and we look at what came out of the general fund, overall, the annual savings to the general fund were estimated at $130,000 for the fiscal year of 2017. We're estimating that to be $210,000 for 2018. And so again, we're increasing the amount of money that we're saving on a regular basis. So provided an estimated 100,000 plus in grant funds to build improvements also in the CRA district. So in our CRA districts, to our private and our public citizens, business citizens as well as our residential citizens, we've given over $100,000 in grant funding to build up vacant homes and also to bring in new businesses. Commissioner Campbell always has a smile on his face. One of the things that we've done overall is we've been able to hire critical personnel. And there were some critical places from an administrative capacity that were not there. We've been able to hire a new city manager when Mr. Suggs came on board. Chief Shaw has come in and done a wonderful job. Jonathan Griffin transferred into his new role as Public Works Director. We've had Ms. Robinson come in HR. Jim Roach has come in as a Recreation Director. And Mandy Tucker has actually grown farther than just being a corporate resource coordinator. She's been integral with helping us with grants and with other facility activities that we've had in place. And so we're looking to have her role transcend into something even more than what it is right now. One thing that we're very proud of is that we've had an opportunity, and you see the smile on that face again, when we talk about the internship program. This year, we started out with an allocation of 8 internships. We've actually been able to take the funding to create 10 internships. We funded through the PAL organization 15 counselor positions over the last 2 years, but it gives us an opportunity for us to start to prepare our young people for the workforce. It gives them an opportunity to have something on their resume that's viable, and we can create real succession plans by preparing our young folks to come in to be tomorrow's adults and to run this city by giving them exposure that they may not necessarily get anywhere else. And so out of those 10 internships that we have with the city, we've also contacted other partners throughout the community, and we've been able to get an additional 6 or 7. We've got 2 additional people that are going out. We've got about 6 more who are considering partnerships right now to be able to get other young people into other government agencies throughout the city. And that's something very important to us because we don't want to turn any of these kids away. We want to be able to try to create relationships where we can get all of them as much experience as we can. We've increased our staff training opportunities. We developed a training room within the city, and it's actually worked to our advantage because we've now had great results as it relates to safety overall within the city of Palatka. Public safety. One of the great things that we have with public safety, if you look to your top left, is the Palatka Police Department was reaccredited in February of 2017. They were the only agency throughout the state of Florida that went through that process that didn't have any corrective actions within their plan. They were doing everything right. And that's a long way from where we were 2.5 years ago. And I definitely want to make sure that I thank Chief Shaw and his group because that is a major accomplishment and we want to give them a round of applause. Under that leadership and his commitment to community-oriented policing through the PAC programs and also through PAL, we've seen a reduction in crimes under UCR statistics of 15.3%. Because he's created groups such as the Bike Patrol where we actually have we've got citizen contact on a regular basis, and we're starting to use the innovative techniques that we have in place to make this thing work. The other thing you'll see is, for example, Trunk or Treat, 3,000 kids at the Palatka Mall coming together, the entire mall parking lot full with police officers and other community groups handing out candy to kids. And no one can tell me that all interactions with law enforcement are going to be unhappy interactions because I saw the smiling faces of those kids and no one was smiling more than Commissioner Borum, who was running out of candy. Panther Youth Summer Camp, which is now Camp Higher Ground, will be going on for 8 weeks. Those programs are awesome. We look at some of the things that were going on. Our fire department has continually achieved and maintained an ISO 2 rating, which is great for a small community and almost unheard of. We've got self-perform facility maintenance and also vehicle maintenance programs going on right at the fire department. If you look in the back, we got a master electrician sitting right back there now who's turning his head all over the place because they're committed to helping the city of Palatka. They provided pre-disaster community assistance with Hurricane Matthew, handing out sandbags, doing whatever's necessary to make things work. They built a new fire and heavy rescue air truck, which saved the city about $100,000. They graduated 3 hazmat technicians and 1 paramedic. They provided fire prevention and public education, but they also brought in an explorers class. And they're actually training young folks to come in to do the same things that they're doing today, and that's done as a part of the Boy Scouts program. Under public safety, we've also created our Palatka Pride program. The Palatka Pride program removes blight within our community. We've got over 100,000 pounds of trash picked up by the city commissioners, by administration, by staff, by community partners, and also mentoring with young groups such as the PAL program or the Rock Fellowship in order to let everyone know that it's our community and there's an opportunity for us all to give back. We've gone all around the city, and it's becoming increasingly difficult for us to even find those areas that were as blighted as they were 2.5 years ago, because people are starting to buy into the idea that it's our Palatka, not just, and it's not just your Palatka. And so we're looking at that, and it's really picking up. And I know Commissioner Norwood, that was one of the things that you truly harped on. When we look at our fire department personnel, they've completed multiple community service projects throughout. Hank Bryan Park Pavilion, they worked on that as well, helping out with that particular project. And also, you'll see them building the roof and doing repairs on Shopbuck Field. If you look at those parks, we've now got a total redesign of these parks. We've got new sod that's been put in place at our baseball fields, and things are completely changing. We've reorganized the public works operation to focus our resources on improving the community's appearance overall. We now have real, efficient work order systems where we can actually start to address the issues that clients have on a regular basis, and there's accountability as it relates to those things. We've got just under 1 mile of public sidewalks that's either been replaced or added within this community that creates life safety growth. And that's what we're looking at. We've also secured over $150,000. You hear about the playground. Here's some of the pictures. Again, no climbing on the car of animals. But you see over $150,000 in FERDAP grants, those recreation facility grants, put in place to help us build up things within the community. Up top is one of our visions for 2020, which is a complete remodel of the public works site right now to be able to put in 3 parks, to be able to put in a community lawn, and also to be able to put in a community nature-based trail, which allows us to have a place where we can do concerts, have multiple tournaments and things of that nature within the area. And so there's a complete goal for revitalization of that corridor of our community. Also, we've got geo-mapping as it relates to water and sewer, and it gives us a great opportunity to manage our infrastructure. We received slightly over $4 million in grants for water and sewer infrastructure, disaster preparedness equipment, and stormwater infrastructure. It's like $4.1 million that we've received. We've removed 40 hazardous trees throughout the community, taking that risk away. But the other thing that we've done is we've hired a Parks and Recreation Director, and we've started refurbishing our fields. If you look at the bottom left picture, you will see where we've actually put in sod on the infields at Forrester Field and also at Fred Green Park. 2 different fields that have lied empty for almost 7 years without any programs or any children there, and we're starting to bring life back to our parks. In August of this year, the plan is to bring baseball back on August 1st to the city of Palatka. Little League Baseball is back. There's been an overwhelming response from community groups throughout, and also from our local businesses to sponsor Little League Baseball back in Palatka. The goal is to take 600 kids off the streets and put them in the parks. It's to bring families back for activity and to really start to change Palatka back to what it once was. Also, lacrosse is coming for the first time in Palatka in November of 2017. And the flag football programs, which have been run through PAL, are going to be back as well. First Tee, bringing golf back to this community. We partnered with First Tee. We actually house a program out of St. Augustine, and it's an opportunity to introduce kids who may not otherwise be introduced to golf, as an opportunity to increase social skills and also an opportunity to give them another outlet outside of what the normal sporting activities are. The Healthy Weight Challenge, which is something that I don't necessarily typify, we've been successful over the last 3 years, and the pictures would be of me and Commissioner Campbell. So for the last 3 years, we've received an award based on our partnership with the health department, but there's been truly a great relationship there for the Healthy Weight Challenge. Programs such as Walk with the Mayor have been a great part of that. Commissioner Bohr went kayaking recently, from what I've been told. I don't know how that turned out, but he's still here with us. But there's an opportunity for us to continue on with innovative ways to build up the health in this community. In 2014, we were last in health in the state of Florida. We were the worst county in the state of Florida in health. We've moved up 3 spots since that time, and the goal is to continually move up until we're at the top. But we've got to have a conscious effort to do that, and we've got to continually be creative in the ways that we move up. Public safety, health, and welfare. Again, we've successfully installed 1,100 linear feet of potable water lines in-house with our own resources. $100 million of drinking water lines replaced. We've got $1 million of drinking water lines. I wish it was $100 million of replacement for projects in the North and South Historic District are on track for 2018 and 2019. $1 million of potable water lines we're looking to replace. Here's a picture of us doing that. And if you look on your right, this picture here has been the picture that we've sent out all over this country whenever we go to DC or we go to Tallahassee, because we want people to know that water lines from 1887 look like this. Our older water lines look like this, and that's how much corrosion and buildup that we have, and that's a necessary need. That's a need for us to change those water lines out. We use tax increment financing and other methods to try to see what we can do in-house to get those things done, but we truly appreciate our partners, such as Water Management, in our efforts to get those things in place. And we also celebrate. And so we look at the Palatka Terminal. It's going to serve as a community hub. We're looking for field trips for our kids and Boy Scouts and fly-ins and all those different things. Our fly-in brings about 4,500 spectators to this community. It's an opportunity for us to be able to introduce other folks to all the beauty of the Gem of the St. Johns River. This year we raised almost $3,900 for the March of Dimes with a commitment throughout the year of over $5,000. And so we're truly committed to meeting the needs of our community. We're truly committed to helping our community partners and doing things such as helping save our babies. And so those are the things that we've done within the city of Palatka as a whole. We restored the Veterans Memorial Fountain through the assistance of community partners like Doug and Jeff Van Horn, Alex Sharp, Corky Diamond, and other private partners who come in to make beautiful things happen, such as the picture on the bottom. We've hosted the Bartram Annual Festival. You heard Mr. Carr talk about the fact that we're looking for 3,000 people to come into this community. We just had Mike Florida come in here with over 600 people for a one-day event. We sponsored the Fall Festival at Hank Bryan Park and did a complete redesign. And we visited various schools for a career day. If you look up on the top right, you'll see Deborah Robinson over at a school in Crescent City talking about the city of Palatka, giving out goodies to kids. And for the first time, we've really embraced that idea to make sure that we have some mementos that go out to them to let them remember their friends at City Hall. We are the gem of the St. Johns River, the city of Palatka. As I always say, teamwork makes the dream work. And that's what this is all about. It's not about accolades for one person, but it's our city. It's the dying city that they talked about, becoming the what's happening city that Mr. Campbell speaks of. But we've got to truly embrace the idea that the gem of the St. Johns River is a place that should be shared with the world. And that's what we're trying to do right now. And last but not least, it's It's been a great job for our team, and this is the only picture where Santa Claus will be the smallest person in there. And so, this is our update. This is what we've been doing in the city of Palatka. So if anybody says that nothing's going on in the city of Palatka, you can now get out and get the information to them. We've got a complete write-up of the activities that have been going on. And if you guys have anything else that you want to share with us, we want to make sure we get the word out that the city of Palatka is not a dying city. It's a city that's ready to share its gem with everyone else.
Back a couple of meetings, this is the image that nobody can come into this city and put in a packet and send it out over the world. This is what I'm talking about. If we want the re-imaging brand of Palatka to happen, this right here is something that can go out and begin the process. This shows what has been done, what we're doing. This is the kind of things that we want to send out. And what better way to get it out is being done by the individuals that live within this great city. So for me, I would like to see if there's a way that we can get this information on the website so that we can redirect individuals to it. I'm going to try to put it on Facebook. These are the things that we can make go viral for our community. It has everything covered so perfect. And this is something that we can't keep within this meeting. We have to get this out. We have to spread the word about everything that was just shown on that presentation.
We're already ahead of you, Commissioner.
Good.
We've got the slideshow is ready to go. We've also we've got a written presentation as well, and so it takes no more than just updating it once we get out of here. And so we want to make sure we share.
You got enough discs so I can throw some in my car and we ride around.
And you lock people in.
We can get you some discs or jump drives or something that you can give out.
You know, I don't go nowhere that I don't need something back.
Link to the website.
Yeah, hey, y'all look at this.
But we want to share the information, and we're going to make sure that we put it in multiple forms so that we can get it out to various people throughout the community. But that's one of the things that we want to do. Yes, ma'am.
They now think they pay the water bill at the winter month.
Yeah. Just don't collect the money or you'll be seeing See the guy in the blue uniform.
Nobody gets a receipt.
We'll mail you one.
So that's where we are. Any comments or concerns from the commission?
I'm just elated. I'm elated, and I'm not surprised about all the work we've done, and it's good to make sure that we get that out to the public forum. I mean, a lot of times people can sit back and they can criticize and they can say, hey, what have you been doing? Well, here it is. And that's not all of it. That's just a portion of it. So he's giving you a snippet of it, and hey, it's more to come.
Those are some highlights in the full report. There's much more information. Also, I want to bring up Elizabeth Van Drenberg this time. If you can kind of give us some updates, and then we'll follow that with Mr. Brian Bergen.
Awesome.
Or Danny
Elizabeth Van Rensburg, 310 North 3rd Street. Thank you very much for inviting me here this evening. Wow, I'm proud to be a resident of Palatka, Florida. That is awesome. You asked me to come here tonight to give you an update on River City Players, and I'm happy to do that for you as their president. I'm only really going to talk about River City Players in the last few years. As you probably know, we've been around forever, but it has only been since about mid-2013 that we went on that not-for-profit high that I want to talk to you about. Since then, we have done nearly 20 productions at our community theater here in Palatka. We've worked a lot on our infrastructure, a great deal. We've expanded our board. We've developed a very, very fantastic business plan that we follow to the T. We've also started 4 drama clubs within the Putnam County school system, which we're very excited about. We also would like to note that the majority, almost all of our high school students that participate in River City Players have gone on to receive Bright Futures grants because of their volunteer work with us, and the majority of them are headed off to university and college. So we're thrilled about that. Almost immediately, in our recent history, we put in that beautiful marquee sign that you see in front of the Larimer. A lot of people don't know that that's new because it fits in so beautifully to the building. They assume it was always there. We've built dressing rooms, green rooms, and then in the last 2 years, we really got aggressive about the Scarlet Hill Theater. In the last 2 years, we have renovated that theater completely. We have actually put building improvements into the Larimer Arts Center, which of course, as you know, is your building, that total $20,000. That's pretty impressive. While doing that, we have maintained a very tiny footprint within the building. Matter of fact, the only time that the building is only used by us is during an actual performance, although there have been times that other things have been going on at the same time. So if you look at it on a yearly basis, you would look at about 8,700 hours. We're actually in that building about 50 hours every year. So it's a tiny, tiny footprint, which we feel is important because it keeps the building open for other things. 94 performances have been held at the Larimer Arts Center in our Scarlet Hill Theater, with over 5,000 people attending our performances. In the beginning, and when I say in the beginning, I'm talking about a few years ago, 90% of our attendees were from Putnam County. We are actually Putnam County's community theater. That makes sense. But we began to really broaden our horizons to St. Augustine, Jacksonville, Daytona, and Gainesville. And we are now pleased to tell you that about 60% of the people that come to see our plays are not from this county. They're coming in to see what we're doing. And while they're here, mind you, they are shopping, they're eating out, and sometimes they spend the night. We are in a position nowadays that almost all of our performances are sellouts. And if you take the number of performances and divide it by the number of attendees, across the board, we are about 3/4 full in everything that we have done at that theater in the last 4 years. Most importantly to me, River City Players is a 100% volunteer organization. No one gets paid anything. And that's important because if you don't love it, you're not involved. The people that volunteer with River City Players are 100% committed to our theater and also to the county that it represents and the city where we're located. We have tracked, we as an organization donate on average 7,000 volunteer hours per year to this community. And over the recent years, I've actually done a lot of figuring, and it looks as though we are in excess of $100,000 that we have brought through this community because of our community theater. And I can't match some of those numbers y'all were talking about, but I just have to tell you, I am so thrilled with what River City Players brings to the community, and we're thankful for everything that you do for us. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next, we want to invite up our economic development agents and our partners from the Chamber of Commerce. I want to make sure we recognize Ms. Dana Jones in the back of the room as well.
I'm Brian Bergen. I'm Vice President for Economic Development with the Chamber of Commerce. And I want to say that Commissioner Campbell and the Mayor are wearing my favorite color currently, which is purple. So,
It's your favorite color.
You have red on.
I have red on tonight.
You can speak about purple.
No, more to come. More to come. That's good news. But I do want to start with some of the great statistics that are happening currently with economic development. Unemployment for Putnam County is now down to 4.9%. The national average currently is 4.4%. So we're trending right there with the United States and the whole state for job growth and unemployment rates. That's great, really great news. Within a 10-mile radius of Palatka, we have nearly 500 open jobs. 500 jobs for our citizens to apply for, and that's everything from positions at water management to retail to construction. So we've had some really great success in seeing jobs being created in Putnam County and Palatka as well. Recently, we've also had a great investment from Florida Power & Light. As you've probably seen, $131 million Coral Farm Road solar farm starting, and a second one that'll be starting that's on the Alachua Putnam County line, which is another $131 million. So we're seeing some great investment starting to come into Putnam County and into the city as well. So we're trying to see that momentum keeps going. We're working very hard, marketing. Speaking of marketing, we're also working on a grant that the county actually applied for, but for the current industrial park. But we're also tying the airport into that, kind of rebrand and remarket that as an aviation and industrial park, so that we see a little bit more continuity with that area out there.
Right.
But those are some of the highlights.
Thank you.
So,
And now, as we move the agenda, we'll go to our city manager and administrative reports. Ms. Robinson.
We gotta talk about those 10 interns, huh?
You don't have to. Don't feel compelled. TikTok.
I spent the last 3 days with Commissioner Campbell with about 15 of our local students. We came up with about 10 students that started today their orientation for internship with the city of Palatka. They'll be spread out through the city, the River Center, Building and Zone, Parks and Recreation, Fire Department, Police Department. They're all ready and excited to go.
This term, any schools, we haven't met any of the schools for summer school this year?
None of the schools, they'll all be working through us for 8 weeks. We've got a variety of the schools, Gerard Roberts, Palatka High School, and the Edge. So we've got them from just about every school around here, ages 16 to 18.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking wrong. I thought that was the group that came in at Millen last year and volunteered in some of the classrooms. Did that not happen last year? Maybe it was a different group? Oh, okay.
So we're excited about those guys.
Thanks.
Thank you. Fire Marshal Grimes, Assistant Chief, anything?
Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Mr. Griffin.
I want to thank my team over the past couple of weeks and moving forward in the next couple of months. It's a busy time of the year. So if you see somebody from Public Works out in the field, please show them your appreciation.
Thank you.
Chief.
I just want to announce again, this is our first week of summer camp. We have a, I knew you. I thought I really like Jonathan, so I thought I'd take the lead. He's doing so well. Our summer camp has started. It's our first week of summer camp. We have 117 kids at summer camp. Very good kickoff. First time in a long time we've had that many kids at summer camp. The counselors are doing great. We are still having kids enrolled every day. I'll be attending tomorrow for a little bit to see where our registration is after that. But I invite everyone to come down. The camp is being held at CL Overturf. It starts at 7:30 in the morning and the kids are going by 4:30. The age ranges for the camp is 6 to 14. Again, it's Camp Higher Ground, and it's a very, very good educational performing camp through Police Athletic League, Palatka Police Athletic League. So if you have some spare time, please come down. You can go through the cafeteria, which is on the east side, the west side of CL Overturf. That's where they do their registration and entrance forms, and the counselor or one of the employees will gladly walk you around and show you around camp.
Are your slots filled?
No, sir. We are actually looking at 150 kids this year. We increased it by 50 kids this year. And that was through the help of the city of Palatka for the internship. We were able to increase it by 52.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know it's been well spread across Facebook too.
Yes.
Mr. Yule.
Sorry. Thanks for that great presentation, and you were very gracious. Give me a lot of credit for the airport, but I can't in good conscience take that, sir, because that is not me. I'm kind of like a NASCAR driver that gets to drive a car. There's a team behind me that starts with you and this commission, city manager, and the airport advisory board, and Pastoral Associates. I'm just the lucky one that gets to drive the car, so thank you very much.
We are lucky to have you.
Y'all don't make him fool you. He gets done.
We know we are lucky to have you here. Mr. Reynolds, we're going to save the bad news for last.
Yes, I sent you all Outlook calendar invites for all of the things that are going on Wednesday for the Greenways and Trails Conference. There are also Thursday events. That is when the actual council meeting is taking place at the Ravine Gardens, and so I sent you all invites for that too.
Thank you.
I just want to let you know.
Mr. Holmes.
Nothing.
Mr. Reynolds.
Working on the budget, getting ready for those first budget workshops coming up, so.
Burning the candle on both ends. Start. Mr. Suggs.
Well, the good news is we're going to be lifting the burn ban that was in place. We're going to go ahead and join in with the county who lifted theirs as well. So our 4th of July festivities will be able to take place this year. That's great news. Also, the Florida League of Cities Conference is coming up in August. You've all, I've had Ms. Dickey go ahead and make reservations for everybody. We can always cancel, but as soon as you can decide on if you're going to be able to attend, please let us know. We went ahead and got your spots reserved. And last but not least, for sure, is Ms. Mayor, great job on the presentation. But you know, that presentation was put together by a lot of effort and a lot of hard work by all the department heads and staff. Mr. Riggers did a tremendous amount of work on that. Ms. Griffith did a great job on it as well. But again, it just goes to show what we've been able to accomplish in this commission's 2+ years. And when the opportunity came up and the position was available, and I was fortunate enough to apply it, this is what it's all about. I mean, it's great working with a dedicated group of commissioners, great staff that will just do anything you ask them to do at any given time. I couldn't ask for a better support system than I get with Mr. Holmes, and it's just been an outstanding opportunity for the last 2 years. And I just want to say thank you on behalf of from me to all of my staff. They have just done a great job, and I'm so proud of all of them, and it's just been a pleasure. So that's my end of my comments, and thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Campbell.
Just excited about the opportunity to have the internship program back in its 2nd year. Kudos to Ms. Robinson and Jessica. We're taking a turn with it. We're actually trying to create a curriculum for the internship program that is going to not only allow them to get the opportunity to have the workplace experience, but also prepare them for life after, as far as with resume, interviewing skills, and things of that nature. So we're trying to build a very strong program, and I think we have a great selection of kids. They were excited. The interviews, they were, asking questions and all of those things. So I do think this group of kids that we have will definitely supersede the expectations that I've set before them. So if any of the commissioners have the opportunity to stop in and, for the next 8 weeks, they'll be dispersed throughout the city, definitely do so, see them in action, and just show them some love.
I'm excited about the component that you guys have put in that deals with teaching them how to manage their finances as well.
Yes. One came in there, she said, how do we get our checks? She said, I don't even have a checking account. I said, what I want you to do with your first check is have your parents take you and open you in a checking account. So it's already beginning, and like I said, thanks to the commission for allowing me that opportunity. Everyone know I have a strong passion for the younger constituents of Palatka, and I try to go out of my way to make sure that they have opportunities that we necessarily did not have growing up. So I'm extremely grateful that you all allow me to be the face of the internship program. And like I said, hopefully we can have other businesses. So if any of you out there work for businesses, let us know if you are willing to take on a student intern, and we can put you in contact with some individuals that qualify. But of course, if we could take all of them, we would have, but we didn't have the financing to do so. So let's build those relationships beyond City Hall.
Vice Mayor Brown, it's good to have you back.
Thank you, Doc. It's good to be back. Last week I went to our insurance trust meeting, and when I hit the door, the first thing I got was, your article will be in the next Quality magazine about your police department. And I want people to know that we are not only impacting the city of Palatka, but our police department article will be in here soon, and it goes all over the state. It's 412 cities in the league. All of them with at least 5 commissioners or more will know that Palatka has a police department and the work that they are doing. The other thing is, I'd like to make a request at our next meeting, since we're getting the terminal and stuff going and the boat is running. I had a committee that worked with me to acquire Pride of Palatka. Almost all of them have left us. They passed away because it's taken about 20-some years to get the boat here. But there were 3 people that went with me everywhere that used their own money, their own time, and one of them is still living. It's June Henley. John Henley has passed away, and Connie Fulkus. And we travel the state to try to get the best deals for the boat and get that boat here. I would like to put on our agenda to name something at that waterfront, if it's nothing but where they dock the boat, after them, or something in the terminal after them, because nobody asked them to do it. They did it with love for the city of Palatka and love for their hearts. And so if you all would put that on it or think about something that we could do it, I would thoroughly appreciate it. With this thing that's going on with the Bartram Trail, if I guess Betsy or somebody can get it to the Florida League, they put all this stuff on in their magazines when stuff is happening and on their website, and ask for it to be put on there. Maybe we get even more people to come in here and look at us because of what's happening, if they know we've got stuff going on.
Will do.
I missed y'all. I hope y'all missed me.
We did.
Commissioner Williams.
Actually, nothing to that, Mayor. Thank you. Yeah?
Commissioner Boyle.
Just happy to be a part of this commission, happy to be a servant to the community, and happy to be working with our great staff. I mean, this is awesome staff. Y'all see the product that we've produced, services that we have, and I'm just so proud of what we've done as a commission. Again, we all couldn't do this alone or single, alone or whatever. So we work together as a team. We work well together. So I'm very happy and proud of what we've done so far. That's all I have.
I've already talked. I'm just excited about what's going on with the gym of the St. Johns River, and happy to be here and happy to see all the faces in here that stuck it out with us. And I look for great opportunities in this community to just continually build. We've seen the efforts of what can be done through a unified community. We may not always agree on certain decisions that are being made, but we will agree that we all love this community. So with that being said, we are now adjourned.